Thank you. Appreciate you guys coming out to unpack. Today, we have for you the Galaxy Z Fold 5.
Looks like the same phone to me.
It's literally a Z Fold 4.
No, it's not. This is not the Galaxy Z Fold 4.
What is new?
What's new? Snapdragon 8 Gen 2.
What else?
What else? Well, we gave you the same camera, the same outer display, the same inner display, the same, okay, it's the same phone. Go. What in the is going on over there at Samsung now? Boy, oh boy, is it a blah year, a meh year for the Z Fold, unfortunately. And it's basically the Z Fold 4, literally. The only difference from the Z Fold 4 is the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, which, let's be real, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 did wonders for the S23 Ultra in the terms of efficiency, battery life, optimization, power. It's just a well-rounded chip. So it's the chip that I would want of all chips at this current moment to be in the Z Fold 5. But that's all Samsung, like literally, like if you go on Samsung's website right now and you line up the Z Fold 4 and the Z Fold 5 and you go down the line, there is absolutely nothing different. So what does this actually mean for Samsung? Are they falling off? This is not the same Samsung that we're typical of knowing. And I know that their earnings call as of lately hasn't been the best. For years it was, you're buying the same iPhone year after year. Well, you're buying the same Z Fold year after year and the same S Ultra device year after year at this current point. Like Apple, again, I feel like even when Apple did S line years, there was something different. It may have been very close, very similar, but I know for a fact Tim Apple is not allowing you to pull out your phone and it look exactly the same. People are gonna know if you have the S or the whatever. They always do little things and key changes to make sure that you know that you don't have last year's iPhone model. Even with the way they switched the cameras, they were horizontal one year and then they were diagonal. You know, it's little things like that. But again, the Z Fold 5 is absolutely disappointing. It is so underwhelming that it's disappointing at this point. I just gotta keep it a buck. Now, besides it being the exact same phone as the Z Fold 4, like literally I can hold this up in the thumbnail and you wouldn't know. Which I probably will do. I do not think that this is the best fold design. I think the best foldable design as far as the larger fold, not the flip, get me, is this. This sizing right here is the better, more ergonomic, more user-friendly design after using it. Like, man, I was hoping for Samsung to compete this year. Another thing to pay attention to is the pre-order setup. It's no longer $200, $300 credit. They only gave you 50 bucks if you did the pre-reserve, which I didn't even get that. I just went on ahead and did it. Now, you do get discounts on accessories if you add them at pre-order state. But again, what happened to the Samsung credits? What happened to the fruitful, plentiful, charitable, very giving Samsung? I think that era may be over, y'all. And it's highly unfortunate. And there's also the reality that Samsung is not doing as well on their cellular market from a financial standpoint. So there's a lot of cutbacks. They didn't even have Unpacked in the US this year. They always come out to the US, rent out some dope spot in the West Coast. They kept it at home. They cutting costs. And they selling you the same phone. Samsung, you can't tell me that you thought that, again, for another year, not improving or changing the design of the Z Fold was the right way to go, right? You couldn't even upgrade the cameras. Go. Since when did Samsung become Apple? How is it that a company that made so much fun of Apple is now trying to be Apple? Like, Samsung, for real? Like, this is the Z Fold 5 that you wanted to give us? Or is this just what was financially more ideal for you? If I can open this up and put a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, I'd have the Z Fold 5.
It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. Misunderstood, get up, had to beat those odds. Got up and I beat those odds, that's understood. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. And now I'm good, wake up and I do my part, wake up and I do my job, just how I should. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. Misunderstood, get up, had to beat those odds. Got up and I beat those odds, that's understood. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. And now I'm good, wake up and I do my part, wake up and I do my job, just how